Oi, fala aí pessoal, bom dia. Você está escutando o Inglês no Rádio. I am your host, Foster Hodge. This is your daily dose of English. Hey, Alexia.
Hello, Foster.
How are you doing?
I am fine. I'm a little bit sleepy today.
Oh, Alexia's a little bit sleepy because
Yes,
she has
I
two
am.
crazy puppies that don't let her sleep.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
They really don't let me sleep.
Yeah, they're puppies. They're crazy.
And they love me.
They love you. Lucky for me, they love Alexia more than me, and they just sleep on top of Alexia. Quite literally.
Yes, I am happy about it because I missed this in my life. But at the same time, it's like, please, let me just sleep one day, one night.
Yeah, it's like having a baby, except two babies, and they're crazy, and sometimes they bite you.
Okay, so what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, education.
Yes, and I asked on Instagram what people would like to listen on our episodes, and Veronica, she gave this idea for us, and I thought it was amazing, and now we are doing it.
Cool. So thank you, Veronica. And first thing I want to say about education is we are not saying edu, we're saying edu.
Education.
Perfect. One more time.
Education.
Excellent. So talking about education in general is really difficult because the educational systems in the US and Brazil are quite different. So this is difficult for me in Portuguese, where you have like pós-graduação, graduado, sei lá. Tem muita coisa. Não entendo. But I will explain how we do it in English. Okay?
Okay.
So, Alexia, I think a great place to start is the most common mistake I see my students make is they say, I'm graduated in. So I think they're saying, eu sou formado, eu sou graduado.
Eu sou formado em.
Yeah. We don't say that in English. Do you know what we would say?
No.
So technically you can say, I graduated in. So for example, I graduated in international relations. But what I normally recommend for my students is just to say, I have a degree in. So in my case, I have a degree in international relations. What about you? If I say, hey, Alexia, what did you study?
I have a degree in business.
Yeah, perfect. And I really like I have a degree because it works with everything. You don't have to confuse it with I graduated. It's just easy.
And it sounds like super formal and...
Yeah, it sounds like, ooh,
yes.
I have a degree, diploma, certificate. Yeah, it's nice. And a lot of times you can just say, I studied business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when you're talking about your area of specialization, you don't have to say anything too fancy. Sometimes you can say, just I studied.
And in my case, I have a degree in business. Business would be administração.
Yeah, in English, normally we say business. Most schools don't.
Management?
Yeah, most schools have more specific things, like you can study finance, international economics, management, project management, something like that. But yeah, you can just say business.
Okay.
And one more thing, you can also, when you're talking about your specialization, you can say, I majored in. So we have a major, and a lot of schools have a minor. So technically, my major is international relations. That is my area of specialty. Then my minor was Spanish. It's different. Okay, it's different. Let me explain.
Completamente perdida.
I went to university and I did not know what I was going to study. For the first 2 years of university, you have some required classes, like everyone has to take English and all these things.
Okay, so let me see if I get this. When you go to university, okay, when you go to college,
Yes.
you start doing everything for 2 years and then you specialize.
Yes. And this is not the case for all colleges. So I went to a liberal arts university, which I don't know if you know how to translate that. Liberal arts.
Belas Artes.
Belas Artes. Yeah. So in most liberal arts universities, you start with just taking general classes. And then after 1 year or 2 years, you choose your specialization. In some technical schools, you go directly into studying what you're going to study. Like with more scientific things, maybe you go to school directly for biology or something like that.
Okay.
But in my case, I had 2 years to think about it. And then I took most of my classes in international relations, kind of culture, societies, and then a lot of Spanish classes. Okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Another thing that I know a lot of people have problems with is just talking about what kind of degree you have. So I know you have all of these crazy words in Portuguese, but in English,
It's also crazy words
it's
in
also
English.
crazy. So if someone says undergraduate or sometimes undergrad,
It's graduação.
yes. So undergraduate for us normally is 4 years, and that is your typical university.
Okay.
That is, you finish high school, and then you go to a university, stay there for 4 years.
So undergraduate in our case would be graduação.
Yes. And another pronunciation tip, Alexia said undergraduate, mas quase todas as palavras que terminam com A, T, E, a pronúncia vai ser it. Então é undergraduate.
Undergraduate.
You're saying undergraduate, A, but it's it.
Undergraduate.
So just like the word it. I like it.
Undergraduate.
Okay, repeat with me. Under,
Under.
grad,
Grad.
Jew,
Do.
it.
It.
Undergraduate.
Undergraduate.
Perfect.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. So undergraduate, typical 4-year university.
Okay.
Then, if you're a very serious student, we have graduate programs. Normally, with graduate programs, we are referring to master's programs.
Que é o mestrado.
Yes. These are usually 2-year programs, and I think it's more or less the same, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't have masters, so
I don't have a master's.
I don't have a master's, so I don't know.
Yeah. There's only one person in this podcast studio that has a master's.
Ha.
And it's not
Engraçadinho.
Alexia.
It doesn't mean that I'm not that smart as well.
No. Education does not have to do with certificates, does not have to do with degrees, has to do with life experience.
That's true.
But
It's
yeah.
always good to have it, of course. But, I mean, one day.
Whatever. So finally, if you are a very ambitious student,
Just one question, sorry.
Mhm.
So, you did or you took your master's?
you don't deed anything. Deed
You did.
is not a word. You did.
Mas I did or took?
I say I got a master's.
So, you got a master's in?
Yeah. So I could say I got a master's in international relations.
Tá.
You could also say I did my master's in international relations, or I have a master's in international relations. Pretty much everything except make. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Finally, if you're super ambitious, you can get a PhD, which sometimes we call a doctorate. So
Doutorado.
So a PhD normally is a 5-year program, and that is for people that want to become academics, professors, or in some fields like researchers, that kind of thing.
Yes. PhD, doutorado. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And-
don't have any doubt about it. I don't think that people would.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. PhD in English, it just means a doctor of philosophy in Latin. So that's why we say PhD. But you can say PhD or doctorate, more or less same thing. So, Alexia, I know we talk a lot about self-study, studying on your own, this kind of thing. But do you have any more questions about this more formal type of education?
No, for now I'm fine.
Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will see you tomorrow.
Nikki, bye.